know how I do.
Amounts of right click. However, Song of the Siren disjointed the fight and came back in favor of Fnatic.
And welcome in. The Western Division rolls on here today. We originally had two best-of-3 scheduled, but word on the street is that the second one has been moved, and why wouldn't it be? It's D2L Season 5, so yeah, we know exactly why. It has to be postponed, because it just would not be the continuance of Season 5. And I heard the ding-dong, and you screwed me, Trouf. I usually mute you, and now they heard you come in via the voice program. Welcome in, man. I know you're tired, because I know I am.
Wait, does it make a sound when I pop in?
Yeah, I figured out how to deal with it. You can't disable it in the VoIP we use, but I can mute it via the board. So usually I just have you muted so nothing goes through stream. But whatever, this is gonna be a rambling cast. I can tell you that, because I slept 3 hours last night. 3.
Oh, 3 hours? What'd you do? Watch like the Friends marathon or something?
Dude, I know. Had to wind up things at the office. Had to get everything put away. Then. I had to commute home, and then after the commute home, it's 3:30. I get home and try to go straight to bed. I'm not asleep until 4:30, and then I'm up at 7:30 to be here today. But you know what? It's awesome, because I love that the hardest part of my day is getting up at 7:30 to come talk about professional Dota. I love that. That's my particular challenge. Yeah. But speaking of talking about Dota, how about we shut up about my sleep patterns and talk about what we see in front of us? We're going to have Sneaky Nick's Assassin once again drafting the Spirit Breaker. Saw them put that hero to some good use before, and they really do love these gank-oriented lineups, and I bet they pick Tinker.
Oh, Tinker?
Yeah, I bet they pick Tinker, because what's going to happen is they're going to go pure global. They're going to go IO Tiny with the gank. They're going to have Beastmaster Hawk, and they're going to have a Tinker that can teleport, that can bots into the Hawk. I bet you it happens.
They would have to go like... Oh, they'd have to go like Tinker... Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess they could. I know they like to pick Zeus a lot. Like with the Spirit Breaker.
Another global hero that could work.
Both of these drafters, it's funny because I woke up and then we popped in this game and it started, and I went to go brush my teeth right after. And then I was like, I gotta hurry, man, they'll probably draft slow, or no, my God, they just powered through this. And both these drafters, like I remember FNG in this previous game was just very fast and like confident in this drafting, and Brax is like the same exact player. Like they just draft as fast as they can.
Well, I was wrong, and that happens from time to time. They end up grabbing the Doom, but still going to have plenty of global presence. And if Mike wants to build bots, he can actually come in with the Hawk anyway, at least on his own. That's the way that strategy usually works, is you get a Beastmaster and a Tinker. They both build bots, and certainly Tinker bots are core. And then the Beastmaster actually prioritizes getting them at a decent time. Then the Hawk gets a spot on somebody. They both bots into the Hawk and their tag. But anyway, SNA we saw in action the other day. They, SNA is a fun team to watch. You can talk about their upside and what their eventual potential is going to be, but they know how to make some plays, and they are damned entertaining. Polar, though, Polar's really not in bad shape in D2L, and they're really not in bad shape across the board, especially since F and G, as you had mentioned, joining them after Gold Black departed for Navi. It was essentially a trade, like with nothing actually traded. Just one player went one place and the other one went the other. But I think both teams are really enjoying the new arrangement, and I think Polar is going to have a chance to get very good over the coming months.
Yeah, I think so too. They've looked pretty sharp with FNG as their drafter. Like, not to say that Gold Black wasn't doing good things for them, but it's the honeymoon stage. He wants to prove himself. He's on a new team. And I think he was fine in Navi. I talked about this before, but they also have another stand-in today. It's actually Resolution, who was formerly of Team Empire, still actually has the Team Empire logo on his Steam account. And he's standing in for, oh god, who was it? All right, they got Lil, Mag, Illidan, FNG. Was it Sadoy? No.
No. Don't ask me questions. It is.
I'm gonna look at the previous game. I'll investigate this.
You handle that. I'll talk about Resolution, because Resolution, in my mind, has consistently been one of the most underrated players in Dota for a while, at least in terms of individual value. Now, I know absolutely nothing about what his dynamic within a team environment happens to be. If he's one of those guys who just can't get along with anyone, if and sometimes there are just players that way. They're fantastic individually, but as soon as you try to put them in a team environment, they just rock the boat way too much and upset the apple cart. And that often holds back their career. But Resolution, in terms of individual metrics and individual performance, is one of the best mids you've ever seen in your life. That's not an exaggeration. That's not me being hyperbolic. The guy piles up stats, piles up kills, piles up GPM, piles up levels as fast as anyone on the planet from that position. He's that good. Now, sometimes his decision-making is a little suspect. Sometimes his coordination with his team is a little suspect. But he's always a player that, to me, is worth watching, because he is one of those rare players that can just put, and we use terms like carry and feed and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's part of the culture of Dota, the culture of esports as a whole, really. But he is one of those players that, without a doubt, can put a team on his shoulders and just go win on his own, because he's that good individually. And if he's making good decisions on one of the days when he's playing at his best, you really can't stop him. He won't be going mid this time. At least it doesn't look that way, as he is making his way up to the off lane for the moment. And it looks like they're running the Lich mid. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt he's going mid with a Sentry Ward. But we'll see. And Polar moving out with Mag on the brew, and Low Hardy, I'm just going to call them by their names because, again, I'm not in the mood. It's actually going to be Illidan mid. That makes a lot more sense. A dual lane, Morphling, and Lich in mid. But on the other side, it'll be Mike out in the off lane with the Beastmaster TC. He's going to be taking the Tiny mid with the Razor. Fluff, I'm sure, will be rotating in the mid quite a bit, but for now, they will start out with the tri-lane configuration. Brax and Whitebeard at top on the Doom and the Spirit Breaker, respectively.
Well, he's standing in for DK Phobos. That's who it was.
Phobos.
Who was, I think, the primary offlane player. So some wards were spotted. I believe they actually spotted the Venge place a ward in this lane, because Beastmaster rushed down here to clear the trees and then place a ward himself. It's kind of an interesting ward placement, but it's a little bit different, so it probably won't get counter warded. I don't think they have counter wards anyway. Wait, no, Lich had one. I remember this. Yes. But he's going to stay in mid. This tried and true Morphling Lich lane. It always seems to work. It has a pretty high success rate, I must say. I think it works out really nicely. They have two good nukes right around level 3. It's hard to kill the Morphling, which gives you extra experience, all that jazz. And this is going to be going up against the Tiny and the Wisp.
Yep. Fluff did make his way to mid, so going to be a 1-2-2 configuration from Polar. And I'm going to sneeze, so you need to talk so I don't sneeze into the microphone. Excuse me.
Yeah, and once they get this bottle up on this, bottle coming actually for the Wisp, and you get like level 3 on the Tiny, your whole job in this lane is just to spam out your Avalanche Toss combo. You just spam. Similar to like a melee hero who just wants to use his abilities and get the rune. You just don't want to chance it. Take your safe farm and regen your mana and then get your next rune.
Up at top, Resolution I don't think is going to have any trouble whatsoever here, at least for now. Obviously, if and when Brax gets close to 6, it'll get a little more complicated. But yeah, he's farming right in their face, and they only have the charge, and that's all they're going to have until level 6 comes out on both heroes. So I actually feel like this is not a great lane for Nyx. They're splitting XP on 2, and not to say Brax won't get his farm, he definitely will too. The Resolution is going to be able to handle things just fine, and we're going to see that right here. Actually, he does get stomped, but yep, makes it back completely safely. Has a ton of regen, and of course, has his press the attack as well if he happens to need it. So Resolution's going to be getting a lot out in this offlane. On the other side, it's going to be Mike on the Beastmaster, and he should be able to do fairly well for himself. I mean, he's being zoned just by a hold position Venge right now, but unless they control the wave really, really well, we'll end up... no, actually, he's going to push. I don't think so, actually. So, Mike, yeah, going to have to play a little chancy.
He gets delivered a sentry ward, so he placed it there and actually counters out that lane ward, so that's good for him. But I imagine, yeah, this top lane, once Resolution gets, like, if he gets a Soul Ring, which I think he should have got Soul Ring pre-items, it's really, really good on the Legion Commander just because you can constantly spam out your overwhelming odds, has good regen, good mana regen, and then...
First blood.
Yep.
I got it, don't worry. Mike just got a little too far out there, got hit with a magic missile. Mag was there at the clap, and died under his own tier 1. First blood goes the way of Polar.
Yeah, no, this is just a much better lane for against an offlane solo hero. Like, and Vengeful Spirit plus any kind of nuke like this with good auto attack damage, like, he's got a crit on top of that, too. So when you lower that armor as well, you're just hitting for that much more. Mike does have boots, and he's actually a little bit elusive, but yeah, this bottom lane is so much better. But melee heroes can't zone out Legion Commander. In fact, Legion Commander just loves it, and he's going to be more than happy. And once they clump up, too, that overwhelming odds just exponentially does more damage. Now he's level 4.
If you check Brax's inventory, he has no regen, and that's exactly why. He actually got busted with a few auto attacks and an overwhelming odds that nuked him down a lot more than I think he was prepared to be. And yeah, this is an excellent lane for Resolution. If you can run a solo offlaner and be in this position, level 4 at 3 minutes in, and 12 CS.
Charge in mid.
Yep, charge in mid. It's going to be onto our Lich, and Whitebeard connects. Let's see if they can follow it. Avalanche, tossed. Damage should be there. No, actually, Spirit's trying to not quite get him. Illidan's going to go ahead and waveform through, and they get a return kill on the IO instead. And that's a big turnaround. As Polar, under assault, manages to get a return kill without giving anything up. Make it 2-0, and more importantly, guess who got it? That was Illidan.
Yeah, the gank wasn't really that, like, it wasn't really going to happen because Beastmaster, or sorry, not the Beastmaster, but the Spirit Breaker doesn't really do damage early on with this charge. It just kind of keeps him in place. The stun is pretty bad. Oh, FNG a little bit of trouble. But Fluff and Stuff is probably going to die here, yeah. Gets a couple auto attacks. There's a waveform, one more nuke. The toss comes out, actually. FNG trying to... No, he actually gets bottled. Or
wow.
He has his own bottle. TC taking a lot of damage. He has Avalanche.
He's got Avalanche now, though. Yeah. But TC may die to Illidan. Here comes the charge. And Morphing Strength, Illidan anticipated it. Trying to go right-click for right-click. It gets him. What a disaster for Nyx as they do finally bring the Lich down on the second attempt, but they have to give up both the IO and the Tiny to do it. And more importantly, once again, Illidan piling it on. 2-0-1 right now. Whitebeard's going to try to do something cute, aren't you, buddy? He's hanging out. Don't know this is the best decision if he does decide to go for it.
Go for a courier snipe on the... Oh, he actually spotted.
Nope. Nope.
What if he bashes that courier? He probably gets the kill.
That's a good point.
Charging
Mag's
top.
Actually, look at Mag. Just trapped. There, finally able to kill off the 4. Speaking of, it's okay. I was gonna say if Mike, I want to know if Mike had been up. Hang on, Resolution actually gets bashed at top, and he's gonna be doomed. He's dead. Yep, they don't have to chase him. They want to stay in range, but yeah, good kill for Brax and Whitebeard, and that's something they desperately needed. Again, she was doing way too well. She had farmed as well as the Doom did, in what was tantamount to a 1-on-2 lane. So I needed to get some kind of a return out of it. Either way, it's 4-2, and 5.5 minutes in. This many kills on the board. I do want to see where we are at, and it is the advantage of Polar, as one would expect. Pretty big advantage, too. 2,000 gold advantage at 6 minutes in is not non-negligible. Or is not negligible. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, but he did buy his bottle before he died. So at the very least, he had that going for him. But yeah, some lucky RNG bashes there for Spirit Breaker. It is a static 17%, I believe. So leveling up as far as trying to get more RNG doesn't really matter. It's just you level it up for the stun duration and the movement speed as damage. But Resolution, he's almost level 6, which is pretty good for him. And this mid lane is definitely being won. And where is the Lich? He's bottom. trying to maybe check out a rune or something. And yep, see if you look at this lane, this tiny wisp, it's just try to spam out and then regen up with the wisp, go to get some stacks, which he does have some stacks. He's got a triple stack there, I believe. Triple stack there that has unfortunately mud golems. And actually mud golems in another stack too. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, he's gonna do just fine here though. And he'll back off for the moment, but yeah, that's gonna be big for him. And TC's going to have to play catch-up in a hurry because Illidan is doing better than he should be. Illidan actually, even outside, and this isn't that unexpected. I don't know, I guess it is when it's a tiny and IO lane. Just the way things have gone, Illidan not only has tallied the kills, including one on TC, but actually is doubling his CS, even including those stacks he's taking. He's, you know, now up a bit more as he did manage to bring that down. He's got up to 20. But TC's got a long road back to relevancy, as the Morphling should be in great shape. We can see Mike trying to do some harassment with the boar. And see, is he going to try to creep skip? Is that the plan? Yeah, that's what I think that's what he's trying to do here.
Oh, he just wants to run it away from free gold for Lil. So, oh, it stuttered. It stuttered. Nah, it's going to die, but I don't think Lil is going to get the last hit for it.
Poor boar. All right, the up at top. Another Doom on a resolution. Here comes the TPN. FNG's there. Hits him with a 2-man Frost Nova. Frost Blast, excuse me. And Lich, actually, yeah, gets the deny as well. So, FNG denying his buddy. There's going to be a follow-up. Nice amount of nuke damage onto him. And here comes the charge back out. Very squishy Lich. They should be able to get him fairly easily. No, never mind. Body blocked. And are they going to dive this? Yeah, looks like they were thinking about it. Brax and Whitebeard will go ahead and pull back, though. So 4-3. Nyx is slowly but surely getting kills on the board. However, as mentioned, that last one was a deny.
Resolution TP's in, bottles up Lil just a little bit. Just a little bit. And another charge. This time is in mid. Illidan. He's getting some damage done onto him. As the bottle
he
charges.
Actually almost killed TC. He came very close to killing TC. Just couldn't get in range. They're going to dive him off this. There's the avalanche and the toss. Still morphing that strength, though. He's going to be out of mana soon. And makes it up to the high ground. They're going to continue to pursue him. And yeah, he's just going to turn around now, trying to bottle. There's going to be the Chain Frost. Only got one bounce, so Illidan still manages to get one kill. And now Whitebeard hemmed in and brought down. And they even gave that to Lil as well. And that's nice catch-up for him. He's got 1,000 gold to go with his brown boots and some sticks in his pocket. But Resolution, again, continuing to do well, even though he does have technically 2 deaths. Still getting a ton out of this. Mag, though, is really the outstanding winner of this laning phase. He's got his Arc Boots up, as well as an Orb of Venom, and another 100 gold, and he'll have a Blink Dagger. So you're talking a 10-minute Blink Dagger. Yeah,
they still have enough damage to take down this Morphling. He wasn't even on Strength Treads. I was like, he was actually so close to dying, and he was on Agi Treads the whole time. But yeah, with this very over-leveled Morph, and having level 4 into the Morph, the actual Morph spell, this early on is very good. Like, you can't kill him anymore. They just need to stop trying to gank him, unless it's with the Doom or a level 6 Beastmaster. But Mike isn't level 6 yet. That's when you kill him, I think. This damage from this Avalanche toss combo with IO is just not that impressive right now.
Whitebeard caught with a magic missile and super dead. And that's the easiest win of his life, easiest duel of his life. So Resolution gets 10 damage bonus. And Polar in complete control of this game. Just when it looks like Nyx is drawing it somewhat even. Yeah, 4,000 gold, 4,000 experience advantage to Nyx Assassins. Talking about builds and the such, and well, I mean, we can talk builds all we want, I guess. I mean, Midas is up on Brax, so at least his GPM should take off sometime in the near future. He's in number 3 position overall net worth, so not too bad. Against this team, they're really going to need that Doom for the Legion Commander. Like, it's going to be essential that they're able to Doom him. So an early Blink, I think, is going to be order of the day.
Oh, Mike just got a big stack right. They're actually pinging it out. They see it. And he maybe knows this is coming. I'm not quite sure. No, they actually don't have any vision right there. So now he knows. He pops the Hawk, and he will be okay for now. Nope. They're just going to pop the ulti, and I think this is the right decision. Mike is going to die. He got most of the Ancients, though, but there are a good number of them. Is he going to die? I assumed he was dying. Yeah, he's actually going to try to ulti one of the pandas.
Probably his best chance. Rest of VP, though, will go ahead and take what remains of this stack. He did a pretty nice job stacking that during that time. Over in the off lane, 9-3. Resolution continues to farm. Brax, again, on net worth, is in good shape. He's in number 3. He's the top 3 are basically all tied up. Resolution is a bit behind the Tinies, so at the very least, TC getting something working in that regard. But I don't think this is obviously, actually, it's not a matter of thinking. This is just not a game where they're not going to feel as comfortable going ultra late as VP.Polar is. So going to be time for SNA to really kind of get things in gear. They need to make some things happen on the map, need to break down this laning phase. And there's a Midas on the Morphling even, so Illidan playing for the late game in a hardcore way. Fluff, seen by Resolution. I'm surprised he didn't just duel him. And yeah, he's going to be able to tether up. Here comes the rest of SNA. Big turnaround opportunity. There's a toss and a Doom on the Resolution. Chain Frost does go off, and it actually ends up getting the kill into Whitebeard. They didn't spread well enough. And now the Morphling comes in. TC, oh, he actually survives just barely. Behind that, though, Brax on the TP away. Not going to make it. Illidan gets a dominating streak because of it. And they very, very, very nearly killed off TC. He's lucky he made it home.
Yep. Fluff and stuff. He is going to fall as well. Doom actually died in the base. His body was in the base. That last auto attack followed him. And, yeah, as you mentioned, TC one auto attack away from death, too. This is a disaster. They tried to Doom the Lich before the ulti, and I was like, oh, man, if he gets this off, it's going to do work. And he did, and it did. So very nicely done by FNG with those fast fingers. Gonna double check the server in his Lux. So yep. And he's up to level, I don't think he got really any experience for that, but he's level 7.
Gold graph? Yeah, about what you'd expect. So what's the path back to relevancy here for Nyx Assassins? I mean, the obvious answer is always just farm. Just farm it up. I don't think that's enough, though. They really need to get TC active. He's only got a point booster towards his Ags. He's got treads up, and against the Morphling, who now has a Midas, they have their Doom with a Midas, which is nice, and he's actually going pure BKB, and I think I dig it. I think it's, I don't know, I feel like a blink is so essential otherwise.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, like, because what's going to happen is Resolution's going to get a blink like now. He actually is going to walk, nope, not going to go right now. Yeah, he is. I was going to say, he's going to walk right over to the side shop and buy his blink dagger. Yep, there it is. So, with his blink up, initiation advantage is going to become huge, because if TC gets dueled and they focus fire him properly, especially if the Brew leads with a blink clap and split, like, it's just going to be a one fight every single time for Polar. And without a blink, he has no way to keep that from happening. I mean, you know, and even if he dooms the Brew, that's still worthwhile. I just worry about the Legion Commander, because how many times that we've seen this hero picked in D2L play have we seen it start like this? Like, 10 damage stolen, and not stolen, but bonus at 14 minutes, and it's okay, but then suddenly at 24 minutes, it's like plus 80.
Yeah, and they just need more levels on this Wisp, too. Like, the overcharge just doesn't mitigate very much damage. It's only level 1, so that's 5% incoming damage reduction, which is just not that impressive. So if they do go ahead and, like, duel somebody, if you have levels up on the overcharge for Wisp, it feels like it does nothing. Like, that's how good Wisp is once he gets levels. But because Fluff has died so much and just didn't have a good time in the mid lane as expected, or as they hoped, I should say. This Wisp, as far as mitigating damage, is not going to be very effective. So he needs more levels. Play this passively. I agree. I think Doom not going for a blink is yet again a mistake. I think BKB's fine, except Legion Commander doesn't really care about your BKB. So
TC a little over halfway done to his Scepter now. And like you said, I like the way you say that. You put that. Legion Commander doesn't care about your BKB. Very accurate. Mike, in the meantime, is he working on bots? He's either working on bots or he's saving for a blink. It's one of the two. I bet it's bots. I bet you it is. As he's got 1,800 gold right now and still sitting on brown boots. He would have bought arc boots by now if he wanted it. He would have bought treads now if he wanted it. But Brax is getting close to that BKB, right or wrong. He only needs about another 500 gold. And Polar playing this very patiently. They want to try to make something happen. And yeah, this is actually good sense from Brax. Yeah, he's just going to bail. Just does not like the way it felt with a Lich just standing right in front of him like that. Knew it was not a good situation. Instead goes bottom. They're going to smoke and try to take a run at Illidan. This is going to be a tough kill for them to get. They will be able to get the Doom on, one would think. Roar and Doom, very strong. But no, he actually replicated. Where did he head to? Yeah,
top rune. Yeah, now he's walking towards mid, so Doom unfortunately isn't going to find a gank there, but he's going to follow him and actually maybe gets the kill onto here. or onto mid if someone else is nearby. It's gonna be hard though. No one else is nearby, so they have to initiate this with the charge. But he just cleared the wave, and now he's gonna go towards the jungle. And I don't think Doom solo with the just himself can get this kill at all. I think it'd be way too hard. Doom.
I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the Doom damage is not that impressive until you get nags on it.
There's the Hawk.
We'll see
Blocks
though.
him out. There it is, and they're going to try to relocate in. And TP's coming in immediately though. This could be a very bad fight. There's going to be the stun, and they followed up with the clap, and yeah, that's why Spirit Breaker's not picked that often. Ever since they changed his ulti to where you don't go, you don't phase off the map basically, from where you can be interrupted, you can be fogged. That really hurts, and right there we just saw exactly why.
Well, the relocate was slow too. It was like slow and in the wrong position. Here comes a duel onto Brax too. This is just devastating. Ulti from Mike with the new blink, but it's way too late. This is just falling apart here for Nyx.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's another charge. Thought better of it. And this is the thing, like, you know, it is really fun to cast a Spirit Breaker. It really is. But what I won't say it happens more often than not, but it does happen enough that it seems like it happens a lot more often
Dire's middle
than
tower is under attack.
it seems like it happens very often, put it that way. Christ, I can't talk this morning. You know, you just have a Spirit Breaker. It's like, yeah, he's charging. Then you wake up in 15 minutes like, oh, he's 0-4 and under-leveled and has wards and brown boots. Oh, boy. Like, well, what is he going to contribute now? Like, he is under-leveled. His charge is at level 1. He is nowhere near his level 2 ulti. Mag can split, yeah, and he's just going to. Brax is going to be forced to BKB, and they're just going to use the split to help secure the kill on the tower. In the meantime, Legion gets the deny on the top tier 1. And yeah, they're actually still messing with Brax here in mid. And there's the rock on the Whitebeard. Is he going to throw his Chain Frost? I think he can. Those creeps are almost dead. Yeah, they don't even need to. This is just a stomping. Razor, or TC's going to come in. There's the toss. He can't even kill Avenge with the Avalanche toss. Like, that's how comparatively far behind he is. He do get the Lich, though. Magic Missile stuns him out. Behind that, we see Mag and Illidan hoping to sweep and clean house. There's going to be a good swap from the Avenge, just buying some time. Mike's going to spin the Roar. On to Mag. There's an Avalanche toss. Mag might end up dead. TC with his Scepter is hitting kind of hard. And ooh, that was really close. He must have just missed on that. Yeah, he should have killed him. I think he just got the miss chance, right?
Oh, I was watching the engagement with the Morphling and the Beastmaster.
He just dodged. TC should have killed him, but the Brewmaster dodged it and blinked like 0.2 of a second afterwards.
Huh. Okay. Well, unfortunately, Illidan missed his waveform too, following Mike, and didn't get the kill there. But nonetheless, a very good exchange, yet again in favor of VP.Polar. And that's going to be a Linken's up for the Morphling. He actually has enough money for it. Not yet. Very, very soon. Like 200 gold. And this is a good Linken's game. So, it's very, very good Linken's game anytime there's a Spirit Breaker in the game. Here comes Resolution. He wants to duel, but he doesn't feel comfortable dueling without like his Prestige hack up. He really needs that to get the extra damage.
Well, it was funny. That whole sequence was basically he got charged, and then the Spirit Breaker hit him a couple times, ulted him. Then he pressed the attack himself, was full health, and started to chase the Spirit Breaker away. Like, that was literally that entire sequence. You just came in at the end of it. So, the Spirit Breaker not accomplishing a whole lot on the map right now. And he is level 8. I mean, he needs level 11 badly, though. And Spirit Breaker is so level dependent. Like, he really needs all 3 of his skills to be fairly high to feel like he's having an impact anywhere. And Mike just making a mess of the map here. Doing the Ancients like the boss that he is. Like you said, he did get the blink. I was kind of hoping he'd go bots. I wanted to see them try some more gimmicky stuff, but not the case. Venge finishes her drums. That's actually a fairly well-rounded Vengeful Spirit now with drums up and an urn on the Lich. I really like Polar's position right now.
I think she has phase boots too. Let me click on her. Yeah, she's really mobile and does actually very good damage. So. Yeah, the problem is we have a smoke cake up here, and they want to wrap around onto Brax, who's smoked himself. Tower does go down with Ags up on TC, so that's at least decent for him. But this could be a big fight to brew, and this is going to be a 5v3 if they catch him.
Mag needs to get up front. They're going to get vision of everyone. They're just going to walk. Oh, wow. Illidan just wipes the IO off the map. They are totally locked in. There's a duel on the T's. Look at the Chain Frosts are trapped. So brutal. Oh, man. That's the kind of thing that happens in a pub. You just type LOL in all chat. That's all you got. Trap themselves in the trees. Chain Frost duel. More bonus damage for resolution. He and Mag. Mag didn't even like. Mag could have not been there, and it would have been irrelevant. Like they would have still just wiped them all out.
There's something.
And now Roach.
There's something about like perfect, clean Chain Frost that just makes me feel content. I don't know what it is. I just feel happy when I see very clean, nice Lich bounces. Like I don't know. I can't explain it.
No, I'm the same way. I can speak for myself anyway. Whenever I first started playing, like almost everyone, there's that like 2 or 3 heroes that are especially noob friendly that I think most people learn to play very early. And Lich was definitely one of my first ones. Like to this day, Lich is still like one of my winningest heroes just because of my first like 200 matches. A lot of them were on Lich, and yeah, there's just something so gratifying about rolling into that one perfect moment. No creeps around, nothing to muck it up. You toss these here, ping. Ping, ping, ping. Full damage. Speaking of full damage, Brax, we'll be seeing you, buddy, for this evening. Resolution up to 48. Bonus damage.
Yeah, Lich was
21.
actually...
Go ahead, man.
Oh, Lich was actually my very first hero in Dota.
Yeah?
Ever. Dota 1, yep, I remember. And I just would attack heroes, and I didn't know about creep aggro, and I just died.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, the good old days.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That's amazing, thinking back on early days when I first started playing Dota.
Dire's top tower
Dunning-Kruger
has
effect
fallen.
was definitely in effect.
Radiant's
Remember when I
bottom
first started
tower is
casting, I
under
knew
attack.
so much less than I do now. It's not like I know a lot now, but I'm a little bit more well-rounded, I would say. Thought I knew a lot more going back to like 2012.
Did you
God, I
read-
was so dumb.
Did you read that thread on Reddit about the Dunning-Kruger effect where Owie actually posted on the AMA
Yeah, I did.
and he got a response back? That was kind of cool.
Yeah. It is real. And I know, because I can
Dire's
reflect on
top
myself
tower
and say
has
yes.
fallen.
Approximately 3 years ago, I was terrible at Dota, knew a tenth of what I know now, and I still don't know
Radiant
much,
structures are
and
fortified.
thought I knew enough to boss everybody around. I was a dick, and I'm really happy I'm not a dick anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
And
tower
Polar
has
looks like they're ready to
fallen.
close this out. Poor little boar. R.I.P.
Let's give him a sad face.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
I
is
like
under
your sad
attack.
face.
He's got bacon for a mouth.
And I don't know what the hell they can even do here. Because Mag's just going to wait. Oh, no, they're actually going to TP back to the house. I guess you do have to account for this, but Mag and Resolution, there's another duel favoring Fluff and Stuff, or favoring Resolution over Fluff and Stuff. Razor, he's got to change his name. TC manages to make it away. So they all have to react, and they all only get one. There's an E-Blade already done on Illidan, though. So E-Blade, Aegis, Lincoln's, Midas, not bad at 24 minutes. Not bad at all. He's 9-0-5. Christ.
Yeah, that was some uncharacteristic bad micro from Mag. Like, TC just TP'd right out in front of him, and it wasn't like he was looking for him. He was just standing right in front of 3 pandas, and he just didn't cast anything to cancel that TP. I think the Earth one was already casting the Boulder on the Wisp, but the Spirit one was just staring him down in the face, and didn't want to, you know, rain on his parade. So he let him go.
Well, let's see how SNA wants to play this. Fluff and Stuff's been a
Dire's
punching
middle
bag,
tower is
basically.
under attack.
How many deaths does Fluff have? 1. He has 7. Poor guy. And honestly, right now, SNA's moving pretty well. They're getting the towers before Polar does, which means they have to react.
Dire's middle tower is
If
under
TC's
attack.
there anyway, they have to react. TC can push rather quickly by himself. And they're going to get this tier 2. And they're going to TP in to try to defend this one. I just heard a BKB. That's actually Brax. Completely unnecessary BKB. And TP out. Polar does decide to go ahead and smoke, though. And they'll see if they can find a target.
Yeah, why did he BKB? He was sitting in the trees, like, over here.
Yeah, he blinked. He was like, right here.
Interesting. Okay. And I think he's foregoing the blink, like yet again. Because if he wanted it, he would obviously buy it right now, I think. Unless he's saving for buyback, but I think we want to blink over that. So book 2 for Mike. Or for the Beastmaster. Mech is online for the Lich. I also saw Vlad's picked up here for Lil on the bench, so he is transitioning very nicely into a semi-carry. And yeah, I'm wondering what this Doom wants. Maybe he wants Ags. Maybe he feels that Ags is very appropriate, but I think Blink is just, I talked about this last night. I think it's so core on Doom.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
Illidan manages to get a kill. Does not manage to kill the Tiny, but once again, Fluff and Stuff is his stress ball and takes it down on him. 23-8. And we're into 5-digit territory easily in both categories. And I honestly don't know. I mean, you can never count on a Tiny and an IO completely because they can just drag a game out and suddenly you lose a fight and the wrong hero doesn't have buyback and Tiny takes your whole base by himself because of how strong those two heroes are in conjunction with each other. But barring that, not a whole lot I think they can do other than just play defensive, farm, and hope.
Yep, and the Morphling up to 10, 0, and 5. Has his Blade. Can get a Manta now if he wants, or probably Butterfly actually if you're this far ahead. And an Assault Cuirass on the solo offlane Legion Commander. You cannot put the innate problem with Nyx's draft and how they laned this was that they put double melee top. Like it's not so much that it's a Spirit Breaker. Like it could have been any melee hero, honestly. Pretty much any melee hero. You can't. The problem is you can't even like say, okay, well, why didn't he just go bottom and dueling bottom? Well, even then, a melee versus melee matchup against Legion Commander. I forgot when we were talking about who does well against like say a Tide or who does well against a Panda melee versus melee. Legion Commander is amazing versus melee versus melee. It's because you can spam out the overwhelming odds all the time, and they have to stay in the creep wave.
And just saw Illidan's. What did he pop that with? I just saw his Linkus was pop. He's actually going to turn and use the E-Blade on TC for half his health. Here comes the reaction. Resolution is going to be roared. There's the Doom. This is a nice sequence for Nyx. That's a kill they desperately needed. And I do think Nyx is actually outmaneuvering Polar. I feel like Polar's outplaying Nyx, but they're really bad in their movement right now. They're getting split up. Like, there's no reason with this kind of a lead with the Aegis, and they can wait for another Roche if they absolutely must. But they should be trying to go high ground. They have so many tools to do so. And there's a Chain Frost. It's actually going to result in a kill on Whitebeard. And wow, that's not necessary at all. I have no idea why he chose to waste his ult there. None whatsoever.
Yeah, me either. Really didn't want to get ulted by that Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, and it's 100 damage that you have to fear.
Yeah, he's still level 9. What was it, like 5-6 minutes ago? You were like, probably more than that. You're like, he needs to get level 11. And I remember he was like level 8 at the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, this is what happens. And it's so fun to cast a Spirit Breaker game. It really is most of the time. But whenever this happens, it tends to be either a Spirit Breaker is helping his entire team. That's a dead IO. Like, I don't know why he actually did. Well, yeah, I do. That was actually good sense from Fluff, as the rest of the team was converging. It was a limited 2-on-4. But anyway, IO's in trouble. And he's going to try to find something to tether to. No dice. But, we've seen it even here in D2L play. It's like either the Spirit Breaker's like 2, 3, and 9, and the rest of the team's doing well, and he's got decent levels because he's surviving fights and making things happen. Or he's like 0-5, 0-4, and it's like, oh, you're forever going to be level 9. Like, you are never going to get your level 2 ulti ever for any reason. It has hit level 10 now, so maybe, fingers crossed, we'll see that second point arise in that last category.
I mean, to be honest, his the damage upgrade from level 1 to level 2 Nether Stark is pretty terrible. Like this build, this ulti's actually garbage. It's really stupid now.
No, the best thing about it was once you connected and you used it, it couldn't be stopped. Like that's like, to me, that's what the hero was. Like, if you want to nerf the other stuff, you want to nerf charge, fine, do that, because his ulti is what makes him worthwhile. And I completely agree. Like they buffed him up and they've been trying to change him, and it's like Dota doesn't have this problem that much. But it is a problem that all competitive games face, and this includes StarCraft and Dota, League of Legends, any game you can name that actually has a hardcore competitive environment and is balanced for the top end. It's like you can balance for the professionals, but it doesn't mean you get to completely ignore the fact that one hero is going to get like a 78 win percentage in pub matches for everyone below 5k MMR, you know? Like, and that's kind of how Spiritbreaker was for a while. His win percentage was kind of ridiculous. He was miserable to play against, and it is still a game that they want to market to a lot of people that aren't professional players, and he's really caught in that trap right now. Brax, wow, super dead. There's a roar on Illidan. He had his BKB up, though. Resolution's going to turn right around. TC's got nothing. And this is, oh, nice Chain Frost again. That wasn't clean, but it sure was pretty. Illidan gets a triple kill, buyback on TC, and good game, well played. And Polar, this is what we were talking about, man. Like, SNA is not a terrible team. They really aren't. I mean, I don't think there's any debate that they're still solidly in upper tier 2 status. But they are, you know, starting to play with Brax now, and Brax certainly has a history. Very experienced, very good player in his own right. But this is the difference between an upper tier 2 team and a lower to mid tier 1 team. And Polar just made it look easy. 13-0 on Illidan, man. What a dominant performance.
Yeah, there's a couple things. One, the draft was just not sound against what VP had. Namely, they just couldn't assign this double melee lane against the Legion Commander. It's just not going to work out. He loves to play against melee heroes. The overwhelming, like I said, because you're melee, you have to stay closer to the creep wave, and that means your overwhelming odds is almost always going to hit the heroes. So you can harass them constantly. As you said, he actually had to burn through so much of his regen early on. So he was just, and then you can't really kill him either. You can't zone him out with auto attacks because he can just auto attack you back. Creeps are going to follow you because that's just the nature of trying to harass with a melee hero over a ranged hero. So they needed to not have this double melee lane, so that was a bad call by Brax or whoever decided to do that. And then they just really messed up mid lane. Like, they were trying to dive too much with this combo of Spiritbreaker with the IO Wisp, and it just wasn't enough damage. They didn't account for the tankability of Morphling. So nicely played by VP.Polar. I think the draft was yet again sound from FNG. And yeah, I think they did. Like, Illidan got a lot of farm, and as a result, he was 13-0-6.
GG, well played indeed. This is going to be our lone best of 3 of the day. In fact, we could be done in one more game if Nyx doesn't get it together. Polar, though, looking strong, and they would like to add another sweep to their resume. We'll find out if they're going to be up to the task or if Sneaky Nyx Assassins can live up to their name and sneak a Game 2 win to push us to 3. I'm AC, and that's Trout, and you're tuned into the D2L. Stick with us. We'll be right back.